Welcome to Reunite with Self podcast. I'm your host, Rukan. Here, we will be discovering and unraveling what is truly holding you back. We will put the puzzle together and give you clarity on how and what you can do to create massive shift in your life so you start creating the life you always envisioned for yourself. There is no more waiting. Whether it is liberating from dysfunctional family patterns or parenting tools and tips that actually make the difference, we will be diving into the truth and core of things that are simple and which yet no one talks about. I will be sharing with you all the things that would have changed my life massively if I heard any one of these episodes. A new world is awakening, and true bliss, harmony, and peace is possible on this earth. And my mission is to bring you closer to that, one step at a time. In this safe space, I will hold your hand and give you courage and certainty that you can shift anything and everything in your life. It is time we break the pattern. Whether you want to be the parent you never had or make a shift in your life so you don't play small any longer, you will find the support and guidance in this space. My intention is for you to find answers within yourself while you listen to this podcast, so you feel the bliss of reuniting with your true essence, with self, with so much love and compassion and courage. From my heart to yours, let's keep it rockin'. My gorgeous listener, welcome to another episode on Reunite with Self. I am so happy that you are here and you're tuning into these series. I love these series so much. I've created this kind of blueprint, which has helped me so much in my journey to make anything happen. Like it can be anything, big or small, or even bigger, that you want to create or do or be in your life. So this is the 12-step journey of making it happen. I was going to record this last night, but I was really tired and I want to show up fully for you. So I am still working on my schedule, not still, but I am working more even like a scientist or whatever on my schedule. So like to perfect it. And so I'm working on my schedule in maybe 4 different, I've created a system that I am doing my schedule on 4 different, let's say, platforms. So it's quite fascinating how we can use time more efficiently if we have pages and pages and pages of things to get done and do. And there are like core principle things that we apply every single day or 5 times a week that we have to do, like we get to do consistently. And on top of that, we have a lot that we want to get done. So I would love to do time, like how to use time effectively, episodes on this, because I have really improved how I use my time. I don't like to use the word use my time, but how I flow through my time. And it's really fascinating how much you can get done in one day. Like truly, not like so many things, but like really focusing on things that move the needle that I would never do otherwise, like in the past. And this series is really about this, like doing things consistently to move the needle so you create the thing that you want to create and make something happen. Because it's all about doing something consistently and recalibrating whatever life brings to you. It's about having these tools and using them to recalibrate or make changes if necessary and stay on your path and come closer to whatever you want to create. So this is it's really beautiful that you're tuning into this. I'm so proud of you. Although I don't like to use the word proud. I haven't figured out a better word for that, but I'm really proud of you. I'm so inspired by you listening to these series. So today is step 4. So just to go through the first 3 steps. First step was creating clarity. I highly suggest you listen to that episode for sure, because it's not just about what you want, like not just creating the clarity on what you want, but actually creating what's been holding you back. That's not, and these stuff is not like really about you, but things outside of you. So once you figure that out, then you can take the decisions to make a change in your life and not allow that anymore. So the second step is make a decision. And what this, like making a decision means, we explore that. Make a decision or make decisions, but this is like, we go through like what making a decision actually means. And then the third step is life is about the process, and remembering this, it's about the journey, it's about the process. This is very crucial when you are on the path to make something, create something, and make something happen. This is very crucial, and we talk about the why behind this. And step 4 is so beautiful and so powerful. So, my gorgeous listeners, step 4 in the 12-step journey of making it happen is why comes first, how comes second. So your why comes first, always. How comes second. Why is this? The first thing is that when you are challenged, and you will be challenged, we are all challenged in the path. And it's not just about something like really big happening that challenges you. It's just like the daily things. You are human. You have a lot of emotions. We feel many different emotions, even to the same thing sometimes. And this helps so much when you are challenged in your path, because every day is different, and it's about being consistent, not like doing the same things every day, but being consistent in your core things that you know is going to help you move the needle, is going to help you become a better version of yourself. I'm drinking this really thick smoothie that I made, which is really healthy, but I think I need to drink more water to speak clearly. So, why comes first? How comes second? This will keep you on track when you are challenged. This is so important. So, what I mean by this is your why, like why you want to create that business, why you want to serve your clients, your whatever, your guests, your students, or I don't know, just like your clients, why you want to do that thing. If it's about business or if it's, I don't know, anything, your why, like deep down, your core why. If it's about a business, like why you want to create that business, why you want to serve. If it's a service business, why, if it's a product business, why you want to create that product, how it will add value to your client's journey, how it's different, like why you want to do that, why you're so passionate about it, like how it will impact their lives, how is it different from other products. Your deep down why is so important, or why you want to make whatever amount of money you want to make, or why you want to be really successful because you want to do what with that money or with that success. Like your deep down why. It's so important. It's going to give you the energy. That is like your the portal to your resource. So your resource is your energy. The most important, like your state of how you do something. And your why is an easy way to get back on track and feel that why again, so you're back on track. Because let's say, I don't know, it's like a business venture, or let's say it's something related to work, and you have a goal. Maybe you're creating something from scratch, or you want to move your business to another level, or you're doing something new, or you want to do something new. If it's about work, why you want to do that thing will give you the energy to find solutions when you feel like there's a problem. Like when you're faced with a problem, instead of going into analysis paralysis where you're trying to you're just in your mind and then fear takes over, or worry or uncertainty or doubt, instead of that taking over you, which impacts your results massively. That is the thing that impacts your results. But instead of that taking over you, no matter what the situation is, or no matter how it looks from outside, because when you're creating something from scratch, you have to be delusional. Like you have to believe that it's already happened, that it will happen, that it's happening, although you don't see the results yet. Like no matter who you are, no matter what you want to create, if you're doing something from scratch, or if you want to make a big change in something, you don't see that change yet. You don't even see the crumbles of it yet. That is like I don't want to say the most challenging part, but maybe yes, like personally, it's the most challenging part to get over that. Then you become more strong and flexible and I can't think of the word, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Then you become stronger to handle like bigger problems or different levels of problems or challenges. But the thing that will keep you on track is your deepest why. So you closing your eyes and feeling in your heart the deep why and seeing the result as if it's happening, and how it would make you feel, and what kind of change it would create in other people's lives. If it's your guest, your client, I'm saying guest because I've been working with my property today and I'm receiving guests, so I'm just saying you guest. I have a vacation property. I was working on this today. One of the things that I was doing today. So I'm saying guest. But if it's your client, like what kind of change it will create in your client's journey, in your client's life. Or how, I don't know, with the money you make, maybe you want to help a cause, or, just be in service to other people with what you create, with the wealth that you create. So what kind of impact that does, or just through your work, through the work itself, how many people need that work? Like what kind of change it would make in their lives? And it's your responsibility to create that business for that reason. Just thinking about this, like the impact you have on other people and in your own life, like to create that fulfillment for yourself as well. Just that deep why. Because maybe it's about something, it's so interesting that I'm seeing more and more examples of this. But, there is always the story of someone who had a problem about something, and then they create the solution for that, and then they become super successful on that area, whereas it was kind of their wound, but they turned it into their gold. Like they found their gold in the dark. I'm seeing so many examples of this it's really wild, the kind of examples I see. And it's usually like even the things that I learned from other people that teaches that thing, it was their wound at the beginning. So maybe that work, that venture you want to do, it's your why is so strong because you had that problem for so long and you don't want other people to have the same problem or lose that much time, or you want to give them the tools, the support, the guidance, whatever it is, even if it's a product. I'm sure there is a reason why behind it. Like there is a reason why you want to do that thing, because you will do it whatever that difference is in a different way. So your why comes first. How comes second. Because if you go to the how, that loop, you might, like the stuff that will not serve you might take over. Because you will figure it out. Like when you are in that high state, there is nothing that you cannot conquer. Second reason why this is so important is, and we talked a little bit about this, but I'm going to make it more clear. You will be able to recalibrate easier when you feel helpless or when you feel confused or overwhelmed or frustrated. Things might, like, you can't control the people outside of you. You will be working, like, doing things with other people, just as an example. And when things don't go the way you would want them to go in that moment, and sometimes, like, maybe it's a great blessing, but you don't know that yet because you're in the journey. You're not seeing that yet, but you might feel confused, like overwhelmed, helpless, frustrated. In those moments, what keeps you on track and what makes the difference is, like, you're not going to give up if your why is really strong. And if you're doing all the things we talk about on the podcast, like, you're not going to give up. But the thing that makes the difference for your results is your state. So when I say recalibrate, is like gaining your strength back. Maybe with a night of sleep, but the morning you wake up, you're going to feel that high energy again. Or you listen to a podcast like this, or you listen to a book, or you listen to, like, you go to a training or something. It's something you expose yourself to, something that you feel inspired by. And then you recalibrate, or you just think about your why. It comes, like, you come back to your high state again, and you don't waste time. Like, all the stuff that we talk about on the podcast that does not even belong to you, that the confusion, the overwhelm, the limiting beliefs, whatever, that came from first the parents and the family you come from, and then the bigger circle, those stuff, like, that stuff did not even belong to you in the first place. So it will be faster for you to get back to your high state, to your peak state, as Tony Robbins says, to your high state, because you will remember, you will feel your why. Like, it's not something that you negotiate. Like, you are so certain of the result of why you want to do this thing, and the how you will figure out. You don't have to know everything about the thing that you're creating, the journey. Like, you don't have to know all the data. You don't have to know all the strategy. You will figure it out. If you're in that high state, there is nothing that you cannot conquer. And maybe you will even turn your challenges into your blessings. This happens a lot too. But in order not to lose any time and not to stay in that low vibration state, whatever, you don't go to your mind to find a solution and just, like, feel helpless and freeze, or I don't know, whatever your thing is. You come back to your high state again, and then you recalibrate and you move on. And when the third one is, you will do everything with a higher state when you remember your why. When your why comes first, how comes second? Like, you know, your why is so, it's in your core. You are so certain about it, and you are not worried about the how. Like, you know, you will figure it out. You are just in the path. You're doing the things. You're taking the actions. But you know, like, you are so certain of your why. You will take those actions, which is, like, which shows in results. You will take the action in a higher state. Because when you do something mechanically, sometimes that creates, like, not sometimes, doing something mechanically and not remembering your why and just doing it for the sake of it, maybe working a lot and doing it for the sake of it, it's not going to create the results that you want. It's like a leakage in your energy, and that's not okay. Like, that's not what we will tolerate. You have to be in your high state. It doesn't mean, like, I don't mean this in a perfection way. I just mean it that you are on your path. You are taking your actions in your own way. Like, you do it your own way. this is a result of your why as well, because when your why comes first, you will do things your way. You're not going to do things mechanically. And because you do it your way, you do it authentically, you show up authentically instead of mechanically, people will see that. People in your journey will see that. And you will create solutions that you would not otherwise do with your formulations in your mind. Like, it's not based on other people's experience. It's based on your journey. You are in your path, and then the angels come your way. The help comes, the support comes better than you can ever expect. But you have to be in that path, always going back to your why, always remembering your why, especially when you are challenged. I love you so much. We'll do step 4 next week. Thank you for being here. And just let me know if you like this series, or if there is anything, maybe you have a deeper question about anything. You can always DM me on my Instagram, Kevela. It's in the show notes. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. My gorgeous listener, if you had any takeaways from this episode or from this podcast in general, I would love to know. Please share this episode with a few loved ones right now. You never know how they can benefit from something so small. And please take a screenshot of this episode and share on IG, tagging me at Kevela. That is Khewella. Kevela. That is my goddess wear brand, my Instagram page. I would love to know what your takeaway was, or something you found inspirational, or a confirmation you believe in as well. That would make my day. And you can always DM me if you have a topic or a certain question in mind that you want me to talk about. And give me a 5-star rating if you feel like it. That would help this podcast immensely to get the word out. I love you. See you on the next one. I want to see you shine your brightest.